We played very well Friday. We limited them to, I would think, 3 or 4 chances in the whole game. We did play well. We played well on our own end. We threw the puck in. We did everything we were supposed to do, and things all went well for us. When you limit the chances of the other team, then you do well, and that's why we ended up winning that game. In the second game, we were looser. We turned over the puck, and we were missing a couple players too. We're missing Carrier, missing Surgery, but that's not an excuse. The rest of the players can play. So they ended up getting a couple goals early, and then getting up on us, and we were actually still in the game. It was 4-2, and we hit a crossbar, and then we scored another one to make it 4-3, and then he got the 5, and then he got the 6. So we were in the game till probably about 10 minutes left to go in the third period, and our guys, they played right till the end, all in the third period, and that's why all the ruckus happened in the third period, was because our guys were hitting, and that's what we want our guys to do. We want them to finish the checks. We don't want them to do all the other stuff, but when you get into a situation like that and you're emotional, things happen. We're trying to stop them from doing all the other stuff and just hit, but it's going to take a while. So I honestly believe that you have to stick up for each other. If you're going to be a good team, you have to stick up for each other. So that's what we have to do. We have to stick up for each other, but not be undisciplined. And how do you do that? Well, it's a fine line. You talk to most coaches. You want your players to be on the edge, but not be over the edge, and that's what we want from our players. And that just didn't seem to happen. Again, it was an emotional game where we were 2 points behind them in the standings in Windsor, and that probably played some into it. They were excited to play, and when they were start losing, then they got upset and they lost their cool. Again, I thought that most of the things that were started in Windsor were started by them. I mean, we didn't go and grab anybody and ask them to fight. They initiated everything. So we have to learn how not to retaliate back. Much so, I've watched them. I've watched them in their last game against the Oshawa team, and they're a very good team, and they do what they're supposed to be doing. They're a big, strong team. Uh, they throw the puck in, and I'm not sure why they've lost so many games. Perhaps they're not as talented as I think they are, but I was watching them on the computer, and to me they look like they're talented, like they're big, and look like they do what they're supposed to be doing. So I'm not sure why they're down in the standings, but being down in the standings in the OAU is what they're not very many points behind us. They still have a chance of catching us in the standings, so they're not that far behind us. So I don't think they're that bad of a team. We're gonna have a game this weekend. Starting Friday, we're going to have a couple of our players out from suspensions, so the rest of the guys are going to have to pick it up, and I'm sure they will. For sure, Dubchuk and Carrick will be out Friday, and depending on what they rule, I'm not sure if there's still rulings going on, but the two of them will be out for sure. And we have a couple of injuries too. We have Carrier, who was quite sick on the weekend, so whether he can be able to play this next week coming up, I'm not sure. And also Serge had a separated shoulder. It doesn't really seem that bad, so hopefully both these guys be back in the lineup, or not. We're going to find out what it's like to play 16 and 2.